and welcome to the season finale of Primetime Sportz. I'm Caleb Johnson, along with the Deacon David Shealy. It's been a great 7-day span for Georgia State sports. The men's tennis team racked up a couple of W's, as well as the beach volleyball team.
However, nobody is as hot as the Georgia State baseball team. Reporter Madison Dedman is outside right now, and she has the info for us.
After a 3-game sweep at Arkansas State this past weekend, Georgia State's baseball team came back to play rival Georgia Tech for the second time on Wednesday night. Earlier last month, Tech defeated State, making last night's game a chance of redemption for the Panthers, and they did not disappoint. State quickly got 2 runs in the first inning, securing a 2-0 lead against Tech. Tech did get a run in the third, however, State continued to play strong and had a 4-run lead throughout the 7th. According to Coach Frady, Romero's 2 RBIs gave the team the cushion that they needed so that a single play would not change the game. Ultimately, Tech was defeated by the Panthers with a score of 5-2, and this was the first win against Tech since 2012. State is currently on a 4-game winning streak and will be playing Texas Tech all weekend long here at the GSU Baseball Complex. Good luck, Panthers. This is Primetime Sportz, and I'm Madison Dedman.
Thank you, Madison. And for clarification, the Panthers play Texas State this weekend, not Texas Tech. Moving along, the softball team is in Boone, North Carolina today. They start a 3-game series against Appalachian State. The first game starts 6 p.m. tonight, followed by a doubleheader tomorrow.
The beach volleyball team is in the Sun Belt capital, New Orleans, for the Battle of the Bayou. They compete against Florida State, LSU, the University of New Orleans, and TCU, and currently this team is on a 2-game winning streak, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm telling you, David, those girls are killing it out on the beach volleyball courts.
They are absolutely killing it. And moving from the beach to the field, as we get to the latter days of April, football fans and experts will release more and more mock NFL drafts. A name you should expect on these mock drafts is cornerback Chandon Sullivan. The academic All-American set the Georgia State record in interceptions and pass breakups. I caught up with Sullivan earlier this week. Check this out. What's going on, everybody? The Deacon David Shealy here, and I'm sitting next to Chandon Sullivan, the next guy going to the NFL from Georgia State. Man, how you been today, man?
I've been pretty good. You know, it's been pretty chill. Schedule's been hectic the last 3 months, but you know, I'm very fortunate to be in this situation. I'm just trying to enjoy it.
So let's go through that schedule a little bit. You had the bowl game, and as soon as that bowl game ended, you went off and you started doing some training. Tell me about that.
So you know, we had a bowl game, I think like 16th around there. So I took about 2 weeks off to enjoy family and friends. And you know, the first of the year, I had flew out to Frisco, Texas, right around Dallas area, and I was basically training for 2.5 months. It was pretty much tunnel vision. I was away from my friends, family, just in a whole new environment, just getting ready for the Senior Bowl, which was in January, and then preparing for the Combine.
So how was that Senior Bowl experience? I mean, going against guys that are some of the best around the country. I mean, Baker Mayfield was there.
Yes.
So what was that experience like? What are some of the things that you took away from the Senior Bowl?
Well, it was definitely busy. You know, it was meetings all day, all night. You know, you wake up at 6, you wouldn't get back to your room till 12. You know, you meet with executives, scouts, and then still practicing on top of that. But, you know, it was definitely a good opportunity to line up against some of the best, you know, players in the country and prove, you know, why I belong at the next level. So it was definitely fun.
What was that experience like being in Indianapolis for the scouting combine?
That was another monster in itself. You know, it's so much more than what people see on TV with the meetings, the drug tests at 3 in the morning. It's just a lot going on, but this, you know, it's all about testing you physically, mentally, and emotionally and seeing how you prepare. It was actually pretty funny. You know, I trained hard. I was feeling good leading up into the combine. A couple days before the combine aired, you know, I kind of tweaked my hamstring, just trying to over-prepare, I guess you could say, just make sure everything was perfect. And instead of being smart and sitting out, I decided to do everything anyway. And, you know, I didn't run the time I was accustomed to. I think it was like a 4.6, and I'm a 4.4 kid. But, you know, fortunately, I was able to come out at Pro Day. I was a little healthier and run the time, you know, everybody expected me to run. So.
You've talked about a guy like Robert Davis. You said he's like your big brother. What's some of the advice that he's given you as you make this transition?
Definitely just try to enjoy the process. It's very stressful, and if you let it overwhelm you, it will. So he just told me to relax, work hard, and just try to enjoy the moment, you know, because you're getting ready to head into, you know, the business side of football. And he said just continue to prepare, train, and learn how to be consistent day in and day out, because that's what's going to help you at the next level. So
as you get ready to go to the next level, what legacy do you think you left here at Georgia State?
I just think, you know, everybody's seen that Chandon Sullivan was an honest man. You know, I worked hard in the classroom and on the field, and I just wanted to prove to, you know, everyone that you can be well-rounded if you put the time in, and you'll get the exposure and the recognition you want.
The NFL Draft takes place from April 26th to the 28th, and we wish Chandon the best of luck as he moves into the pros.
Now, David, not to put you on the spot about Chandon, but
Okay.
look, I know he had a meeting with the Falcons.
Yep.
How much would that mean to you, being a Dirty Bird fan, to see Chandon come home and play for ATL?
That would be a big deal. I mean, Chandon's a good buddy of mine. I had a class with him a few years ago when I first started at State, and now I'm an Atlanta Falcons writer. So if I'm able to be in the locker room and talk to Chandon a little bit more, that'd be awesome. I mean, to get some great stories out of that. I think the Falcons need some cornerback depth. I mean, they've got Robert Alford and Desmond Trufant, signed Justin Bethel, got Brian Poole as well. But one of those guys get hurt, and we're talking about Chandon getting play time for the Atlanta Falcons, and that'd be a big deal, not just for me as a fan, but Georgia State. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now, something else that is a little meaningful is, as we mentioned earlier in this episode, this is the season finale of Primetime Sportz, and it's also the final episode for the Deacon and myself. And look, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here at Primetime Sportz. I've learned so many things and had so many great conversations, whether it's this guy next to me or different people. I remember more of those experiences off camera than I will, the ones that I have on. But it's been a really enjoyable experience, and one I'm really thankful for.
Well, you know what, Caleb? You've been a great friend of mine since you joined, and I remember when you joined. In fact,
Yeah.
I have a clip of it. Let's roll it.
Of course you do.
The Georgia State Panthers are looking for their first winning season since 2008. They have a 6-6 record, are looking to go 7-6 and win here today at the Auto Nation Cure Bowl.
I'm holding that mic like a walkie-talkie, like I'm ready to talk into it. Man, I kind of had a feeling, though, that you were going to pull that on me.
Okay,
So
okay.
I have a clip on my back pocket,
All right.
something that we need to see from one of your first appearances on Primetime Sportz. Let's look at this.
Okay, so let me explain what that was. That was me wide-eyed and uneducated at 19. That was in September of 2015. I had just joined Primetime, and I'm wearing a suit that's too big for me. So I got to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. And you know what? When I sat in that chair 3 years ago, I had no idea that I would end up covering 2 Sun Belt tournaments, 2 bowl games, Georgia State's first bowl game appearance, and then their first bowl game win. And you were there with me for both of those.
Yeah.
You were at the Sun Belt tournament with me last year. We've messed around and got credentials to the NFL Combine, the NFL Pro Bowl.
Yep. NASCAR.
NASCAR races. I mean, it's been an amazing experience. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody that made this possible for me and Caleb, and that'd be Marcus, Homer, Jared Rashad, Nithin, the GM, Joey Redmond, and then, of course, the creator of Primetime Sportz, Jamal Goss. There's one more thing I got to show, okay?
Okay.
It's a Deacon and Caleb moment that we have to flash back to. Check this out, guys.
I think I know this one.
Just not defensively. It was lazy. I didn't see any heart out there. I didn't see any passion in wanting to be in the game. It was giving me a feeling of boredom, honestly.
Yeah. It was pathetic. That's the word. It was pathetic. This was a despicable performance. That's going to be my word for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Despicable, because that's what that was.
Just a couple of baby faces in there, but I'd bring back the bow tie for nostalgia's sake. And look, I'm certainly going to miss being on the show, but I know that I can always keep up with it by subscribing to Primetime Sportz right here on YouTube. You can do the same.
And you can do the same as me, because I'm going to stay in touch by following Primetime on Twitter at PrimeSportz with a Z. Take care, guys.